Hello, Jason Massengale here with the Massengale Group, powered by Keller Williams, formerly known as the Heartland Realty team. Today I want to discuss with you what to expect at closing. You want to make sure of a few things. If you're a buyer, you want to make sure the utilities are put into your name at the day of closing. If you're a seller, you want to make sure that the utilities are being transferred out of your name the day after closing. So you want to make sure you reach out to your electric company, water company, and gas company on those items. So if you're a buyer, to have them on the day of closing. If you're a seller, to make sure that they're transferred out of your name or your ending services the day after closing. You'll also want to make sure you go to the post office and fill out a change of address form. That sometimes a lot of people forget that, and they do that after the fact. At closing, you're going to need two forms of ID. You'll need your driver's license and another form of ID. You're going to receive, we call it a settlement statement, or it could be called a HUD or a closing disclosure. Basically, a just breakdown of what the numbers look like at closing. We try to have those 3 days prior to closing, but we kind of are dependent on when the title company can get that to us. There are a couple of factors that can go into when we can get that, based on getting a payoff from the bank and those types of things. So we try to get that both to, whether you're a buyer or a seller, to you 3 days prior to closing, and it'll have a breakdown of what to expect. Now, if you're a buyer and you're having to bring money to closing, that has to be a cashier's check made out to the title company. Your contract close department here at my office, as well as your lender, will reach out to you on what the amount looks like and reminding you that it has to be a cashier's check made out to the title company. At closing, a typical closing lasts about an hour. The buyer's portion usually is about 45 minutes and they go first. The seller's portion is about 15 to 20 minutes and they go second. Possession is usually transferred at closing, so sellers, you'll want to make sure you remember to bring your keys and garage door openers, and then the buyer will receive those at closing. The buyers will typically, the day before closing and sometimes the morning of closing, depending on when the sellers are out, will do a final walk through the property just to make sure that the property is in the same condition that they had seen it in the last time. At the end of the closing, the buyer will take possession and we will be done. Well, I appreciate your time today. I hope you found this useful, and thank you so much for trusting the Massengale Group at Keller Williams with your real estate needs.